Hey guys, Danielle here from Helping Build Bridges Across.com. So, a moment with HBBA. It's going to be my new title. That's what's wonderful about doing things like this when you feel led to. It's just kind of like putting out there. Still looking for the name of that because I don't want it to be a routine for me. It's kind of like whenever you feel led to. But I wanted to share today. So today, the reason I'm coming to you is I had a great topic. Where is the empathy? Where did it go? I'm kind of in an environment and my circle kind of centers around other people. Like I'm very conscious of the things that I do in the course of a day really centers in on servicing other people. And what I have observed is that somehow we've kind of become very cold people. We're kind of, not we, and I don't want to pick on any certain group. It's not even a certain person. It just seems like it's the climate. It seems like when I was growing up, you had a lot of respect for your seniors, for the elderly. And elderly could mean, anybody older than you. Maybe that's the way to say it, right? Like your parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, whomever. It was always centered in on the people ahead of you. You were very, at least I was raised to be very respectful. And probably had a lot to do with my own grandparents, right? I had wonderful grandparents. And so I think of it, and maybe it's because I'm closer to that arena than further away. Maybe it's my own season of life. Maybe I recognize that, I'm closer to the side of being the elder, right? All I want to say is that just observing. I'm an observer. I used to tell in my prayers, I would say, God, I'm looking for observation tower. And what that kind of meant to me is that I was always listening more than talking, watching more than being involved. Like I'm there, but I'm observing and listening more than actually being the person that is on the platform or the stage per se, And I mean that in a sense of like, it could be a small group. I'm saying I don't have to be the center of attention. I'm just more listening and observing the actions and behaviors of others. And somehow, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but we have lost the sense of, just being there for each other. It seems like I don't know, people are easily offended. People are quick to not have patience. When I was growing up, it was like you go into a place and customer service was a big deal, and now somehow we've forgotten who the customer is. So I don't know. If you go for a job, let's go on a couple different topics here because they all mean so very much to me. I'm going to throw this out to you. So the title of this is going to be, Where is the Empathy? What happened to the empathy? So in the course of a day, somehow we become, maybe we have we're working somewhere, we're doing our job, whatever that looks like, our career, whatever, and somehow we forget who's paying who, right? Because I have to tell you that no matter what business you have, no matter what job you work, no matter what career you have a customer. And somehow we've forgotten who services who. And so our empathy, our position, our tone. You can give me a script to say something and it's not me not saying the words. It's my tone. So if I say to you, good morning, good morning, how are you? Or good morning. I said the words, but my tone is different. So maybe we should ask ourselves, and this is a question for myself too, I'm not any different. Are we in the places that we should be? Are we doing the things that we should do? Are we so important now that we can't, be involved? It doesn't require, everybody's not doing the same thing, and I'm definitely not giving an answer. I'm just doing an observation. I'm sharing a moment. So, I'm going to share today that it's amazing to me, where is the empathy? Like, even in this place, like with Helping Build Bridges Across.com, just starting out this YouTube thing, I'm just doing it because it's inside. I really feel led to share it. Wherever it goes is up to God. I always treat it that way. I think of it like an artist. He makes a painting or she makes a painting or creates a piece of art. She doesn't know where it's going to go. She doesn't know who's going to see it. It doesn't really matter because when you do it from the heart, it goes where it goes, right? And it does what it does. That's what matters. So I was thinking about uncommon ground. And I'm thinking about even what happened with me. My husband's trial, the thing that happened, was a pre-trial. The predator that shot him has a whole lot of backdrop. That has a whole lot of gravity to that. And I included the link this time into this video. As a matter of fact, I might even switch it around and do the video versus that. But I wanted to do it for a reason. You know, over 200,000 people looking at something that was a challenging thing, right? A predator thing. But yet, you know, you tell people that something good, something we can share, something that can encourage and inspire. It doesn't have to be me, it could be anybody. And yet it's like pulling teeth. But if it's something that's like angry or vicious or looking at other people a way to tear them down, that brings in a flood of people. It's confusing to me. It's confusing to me because I don't know what that is. I do know what it is, but I can't really, you know, what's the point of sharing it here? We all have a different viewpoint, so I got my perspective on that. But I really want you to consider, to be more empathetic, to be more patient. I know you got your own issues. Guess what? We all do. We all have a story. We all have challenges. We all have issues, right? But that doesn't make it where you have to always be in judgment of someone else or always critiquing someone else or always measuring yourself. Oh, I can't believe you did that or said that. I mean, really? Do you have that much time? Maybe it's just me. I don't have that kind of time. If someone has that, please share it with me. I don't know where you get it from. I just know that I get up in the course of a day and I realize that I pray for a long life. I do, guys. I really do. I want to live long and strong, right? All those things and healthy. But you know what? I realize that I don't control that. I really don't. And as much as I might want that, doesn't mean I know where it ends. I don't know how the story ends or the chapter ends. You know what I mean? And just because I wake up in the new day and the gift of life, which I'm grateful for. Thank you, Lord, for that. I don't know how the day will end before it's over. So for me, it's not about mountains anymore. It's about moments. I could give you so many things of so many people who have crossed my life. Let me close out with this. So, you know, I'm on Facebook and I was looking, I had thought about a person that was a good friend of my husband's actually. And I had met her. She's just a sweet girl. She had reached out to me before about some things. And I said, you know what? I hadn't talked to her in a while. She had called, like after he was deceased, she had called about other things. And so she was just reminiscing about stories from that time. And I was so grateful. Very nice person. And I said, you know what? I haven't heard. I'm going to reach out to her. Went to her Facebook page and saw her obituary. Her obituary. And people were commenting about, you know, her life and what it meant. I could almost tear up now thinking about that. So my heart is so bleeding in that sense of the word because we're just such, I don't know, we just think of it, everything is about us. Everything is about, well, what did you do for me or what didn't you do for me? And you never understand that sometimes the story is so much bigger than what you think it is. So maybe I didn't call back, but it wasn't because it was personal. Maybe there's something going on in my life that's just so big of a mountain that you just don't get. It's such a big gravity. We have to stop and realize that it's not personal. We have to stop looking to be offended. And we have to try to figure out a way to be more empathetic. And we have to stop. And you know what? And be more transparent. So if someone says something to you that feels a bad way, just say it. Say, you know what? I don't like how that feels. So I'm just going to stop the conversation. It's not personal. I'm sure you didn't mean that. And maybe I'm reading something wrong into that. But I'm going to walk away from it. Maybe that's an ideal, right? So, I mean, I guess what I'm saying to you is that it's just a perspective share here at helpingbuildbridgesacross.com. Here at helpingbuildbridgesacross.com. I'm not looking to give answers. I don't have answers, right? I'm walking my own journey. I'm here to share a perspective, here to share an experience. My door is open for you to share. I don't mind debate. I don't mind us pushing back on each other, not aggressively. You may say, I don't agree with that. I got my own zone and I'm seeing something different. I like that because then it makes me think too. Like, that's something to consider. And I might push back and you might push back. But at the end of the day, we can even walk away not agreeing, right? I just think somehow our world is becoming very cold and we're allowing external things, distractions to define what our life should be or not. And we are running a race. And this is my favorite part. And I'm going to get ready to close here soon. I'm watching the time on here, looking at my timer. Because I don't want to overwhelm people. But I would tell you this. That I think we are all running like it's a destination. I'm not really sure what that is. Like we're all trying to get to look at me, and we're all defining our lives by what somebody else thinks or not. And that's so strange to me. It's so odd to me. So, I just want you to consider, if nothing else from this conversation, I know I covered a lot of ground, and the things that are right beneath here probably be a whole paragraph or book. But the reality is, guys, is that you have to consider that your life, whatever it is, the people in your life, when they ask things of you, I was thinking about that today. There's been some things requested of me. You know what? I am busy. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on, right? And I just don't always have the time to be everywhere and do everything I want to. But sometimes I guess you have to measure out, just maybe press through that. I call it like resistance. And then sometimes you just really, really can't. But either way, it should be the same love and the same understanding. That's how I see it. And if maybe nothing else, a phone call or a Skype or a FaceTime or whatever is going on these days, just to be in tune. Just to listen, maybe just to be in the presence of people you love. And I have a lot to say, but just to be in the presence of. So anyway, I'm going to close this out with saying, where is the empathy? Where is the empathy? And if you're sitting in judgment of bad things that happen to your life, we all have stories. There's never a room for people to change or to say, I'm sorry. I mean, how many times do you have to repeat the same song or say, I'm sorry? Things happen. Things happen, right? So we're not perfect people. And I have to say, if you're that person who's always judging people, always has a comment about what people should and shouldn't do, you may have to consider your own life. You have it figured out. You got it all figured out. You know everything that's the right answer. That's why here at Helping Build Bridges Across, God knows. God knows. I am just walking this out. And I operate from love. Matter of fact, my intent, my exercise is to continue to live inside out, inside out, inside out. And what that means to me is that sometimes I don't know why I'm asking the question or why I'm commenting or why I'm reaching out to you or making a phone call or checking in on you. I don't know. But the inside says to check on that person, to let that person know they're loved. The inside says to do this or that. So the inside does that. And the inside doesn't know really why. But they're led by the inside out, not external things. So if nothing else, if I give you nothing else from this video, please, please start considering to be more empathetic. Stop living life like you got it all figured out. Stop living like you got a lifetime. And you know the deep part about it, we woke up today. Thank you, Lord, we woke up today. But no one promised us that we would see the close of this day. So stop living bitter. Stop looking for reasons to be separate. And find reasons to be together. You don't have to love everybody. I get it. Everybody's not your vibe. Okay. But you have to walk around and be distant. You have to look for ways to be separate or offended. That is what makes it so sad. So, not much more to say. I just hope the best for you. This is Danielle from Helping Build Bridges Across. I want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for traveling this journey with me, this unfamiliar path with me. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for subscribing. Whatever you feel led to do is my opinion. I'm not looking to make you do anything. I'm just here to say I find my joy in actually doing it. And I hope you find yours too. Alright guys, that's enough. I'm looking at the time, almost 15 minutes. So thank you for listening. And until next time, this is A Moment with HBBA. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.